Alright, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Ranking of Kings, episode 19. Kage is swallowed.
Yeah.
Oaken.
I'm worried. Like, normally, up until now, you know, when I was thinking, like, yeah, he could do that to Mirandra, I'm like, yes, that's the perfect technique. You just do that, you get away. But what happens when they're an immortal that likes to stabby stab? Yeah.
Yeah. Things might get feisty. Now, he's saving Boji.
Yep.
And
That's
anything can be done to do that is amazing. Kage has, though, in my opinion, the thickest and fattest and biggest plot armor.
That's right.
Because of friendship and goodness.
Even more so than everyone else in this show that's a named character.
Right.
Yeah.
So that triple layer, if you will, means that I'm not worried at all about Kage. It's just something where I'm really excited to have the plot conflict with Oaken potentially have a good way in which it can be resolved that doesn't involve necessarily Despa dying because he wants to take the bolt of lightning at the same time as
we
Oaken.
don't need that.
No.
We do not need that. Yeah.
No, thank you. No, thank you. Now, healing is spent, though. So that means that nobody's getting brought back from the brink of death
like
by her means.
It's something where this show has made it abundantly clear that it's not going to kill off named characters. And yet it still has the gall, the stones to scare us like this.
Right. So, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. Oh, sweet.
Oh. No, don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh, no.
This is...
No.
So,
That's going to change this OP entirely into something really sad. No.
I was this close to saying in the intro, I was like, but you know, if they did want to really, like, have the character death that would change everything, you know, kick us in the dick.
I don't need this show. I don't need this.
And it's not gonna do it, but there's that sliver of doubt.
Yeah. I like my cortisol being raised at the end of the day when...
right, yeah.
When I'm about to, you know, take my sleepy pills and go to sleep.
Although, if you want to think about a way that Boji would definitely be turned against Boss, this is the person that, you know, you sided with Miranjo and she brought Oaken in and all of that.
Nah, that's a very, like, loose connection at this point. Oaken being a wild, just monster... That's like 3 degrees or 4 degrees of separation.
Yeah, it's going to be fine.
All right. Last Bastion. Interesting. So this is a king or a god?
I think it's a god, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got some demon possession or something going on?
Watashi ga kita.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
A system, if you will.
Yeah.
A ranking. And we'll become the old gods. Ah.
Okay.
Oh, cool. Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
Shit.
Yep. Where's the Attack on Titan music?
Holy shit.
Okay.
He was so soaked in blood, he stained the road.
Yep. Oh my god. Holy shit.
That is dark. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, how could it...
You're needed. You're needed.
Okay.
No, come on, come on, come on.
Kage's going to be fine. No. No way.
Holy shit.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
She can heal too. Okay.
Whoa.
What?
Whoa, some strong magic was just used. What the hell? Oh, we're being shown
Oh,
Kage's
shit.
past. Oh. Oh. Okay. No, 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 no.
Oh god.
no.
Okay. Oh, she's gonna jump. Oh, okay.
Oh. Whoa. Okay.
Okay. All right. God damn it.
Fucking Despa! I need to make a
Not
D&D
now.
character based on Despa.
Yeah.
He's such a good archetype of this little shit, but he's like... Oh. Oh, that's cruel. Oh, and he's gonna have to say no to his dead mom. He just realized where he was.
Uh-huh.
Oh. Fuck, man. Oh, yeah, since we can talk. He gets to have this conversation, yeah. Yeah. Afterwards. Okay, okay, cool. She can't say it out, you know, to call it out to him, you know, like... Love this show. It can take a blob of, you know, nothing and eyes and make me cry for it. Oh, this is cool. Now they've seen what she looks like, too.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she could have also possessed Oaken to make him not kill you guys in the first place. Okay.
Whoa. Oh.
This is actually happening.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. Whoa, yeah.
And then his eyes flash red.
That's kind of epic, though. Just
Yeah.
no, 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 no. Oh,
shit. Hey!
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Fucking go, Bebin. All right, the big four all teamed up.
Yep.
You got no shot now. All right. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, we accept your sword. Whew. That's actually really smart, using his ability to basically catch the sword.
Right.
You can disarm him.
Yeah.
Whoa! Shit!
Okay. Or just go for the head.
He's just so strong!
Yeah.
Oh! Right! The fucking...
And then this is where your buddies help out.
Yep, yep. Yep, yep.
Yeah.
Boom!
Done.
In that time that it's coming back.
And then Dorsch just grabs his arms.
All right, let's do this, yeah. All right. We know how to fight you now. You're done. You're done. When the guy with no armor and just fists jumps in.
Right, against the immortal with a sword.
Yep. This is so good. Oh! You just don't get 4-on-1s in anime.
You really don't.
Yeah! Look at these timed attacks, too. Oh! Yeah! Boom!
Stun him forever.
Yeah! Alright, take his sword. Yeah, he doesn't have the sword.
Right.
Yeah. I just sit on him.
Yep, exactly.
Oh. The way he was taught. Oh no.
What's he gonna do? Okay, well.
Oh.
Is this one of those, in their final moments, people show you who they really are kind of thing?
Shit.
His sword seems to be, like, flexible.
Yeah, he's just using this ad nauseum. Just go, quick. Well. Alright, he's up.
They just forced their way through it.
The last bastion.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright. Oh, and this ED would have been so just horrendously sad.
There's some things you
that.
just don't do, you know?
Yeah. I like that they chose to make it not a moment as to whether or not he would die, but a would he choose potentially to go on and be with his mother?
Right.
Because that's a way more powerful character decision.
Exactly.
Where it's he was in a daze because he didn't know where he was, and he's like, oh, I'm dreaming.
Yeah,
I'm knocked out, and I get to see my mom? This is amazing.
Because it's an acknowledgement to the audience that basically, yes, we're not going to kill named characters.
Right.
But if that's brought up as a threat for the characters in this universe where they don't know they're not going to die.
Right.
Yeah, what happens?
Right. Would Kage choose his mom even if he knew that this was basically him accepting death?
Right.
Like,
because he got to see her again.
yeah, but also seeing people on the other side, meaning they cannot be brought back. That's another bit of world building that's kind of established there as a,
right, the souls have passed on or whatever.
Right, but there's something interesting in that, right? Because Bose died.
But yeah, he did not go across.
But he must not have gone across, but why didn't he?
Well, probably because they had prepped to do this.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, okay.
Right,
Yeah, Kage's fine. Of course he was.
But
yeah, very cool way to focus on the idea of death being something that you could also choose to maybe accept and surrender yourself to that flow of eternity and going beyond it into the next world. That was a very cool moment for Kage and his mom. That got me really good.
And I would say that was also a very important thing to have in the story from the standpoint of if you have healing magic, if you have ways in which people have been brought back to life.
People don't die when they're killed. You know?
Right, exactly. You know? We got to have some limitations in there of the, okay, no, it is possible for people to die. It is possible for people to reach a point.
Resurrected, even.
For people to be resurrected, but once this thing happens, once they cross this river, that's it.
Right. And that's a very fun, soft kind of element of it, where it's the hard part of the magic system in this regard is that once they've crossed the river, that's said and done. But the river itself, what it is, what it means for him to be halfway across the river, that's all soft. It's not important. The main thing is that all the moms are fucking dead. They're not coming back.
Because that's how this works.
That's how anime moms be.
No, except healing.
Except healing. Because fucking
healing is still around.
Healing. Oh, as far as like the way in which this show has taken characters that it's like, oh, fuck you to fuck you. It's like so much to where I was like, I was genuinely scared for a second. Where I was like, wait, Kage,
I know.
Why aren't you remembering Boji? What's going on? Oh, they're in some kind of a present state where they can observe but not interact with this. Okay. Oh, gotcha. Okay, Miranjo stops him. This is her magic. This is a representation of her being like, no, the tether towards life is here. But also she can't really stop him. So she goes, don't you have anything like connecting you to this life? Like I got the impression of she wasn't holding it like very tightly. It was like hold on.
Well,
do you know what you're doing? Do you know where you are? Do you want to go back? Because I can pull you back, but if he had said no, I think she would have been like, okay, and then she would have let go of the rope.
And that's something that I really like because then it introduces it takes something that at its core seems like a mechanical thing. Miranjo can heal, which makes sense. We saw in the previous
powerful.
She's very powerful, and we saw in the previous episode that her mother could heal. Yes. So it's like cool. All right, that it doesn't feel like it's coming out of nowhere, right? Yeah. That was a very clever way with the backstory to slip it in there because this is where healing magic probably came from. Yes, so of course she has access to it, right?
Right. It's something that we've seen enough characters do right now, where the most powerful magic user so far that we've seen in the show in the present time is Miranjo. So she should have it.
Right,
so she should have it.
Right.
It's yes, I have first, second, and third level spells. What are you talking about?
Right. But it's do you want me to bring you back?
Right.
And that's
that was such a good character moment.
Yes, that was wonderful, and it's a way to showcase because the more like with this episode, I feel like it started to showcase that we were actually like really close to the end of this arc. And I didn't realize that originally.
Right.
Like until now, because with the whole thing of like in the previous episode of, hey, save Miranjo, right? I'm like, oh, okay. I figured that was going to be like an overarching kind of deal.
Right.
Turns out that it's actually that Miranjo has been very close to being saved so far, and that's sort of why some of the
stuff with Bose is going on.
The stuff with Bose and the situations of her being sort of like confused of like, wait a minute, why am I helping Kage in one of the previous episodes and things like that. But then no, I'm actually going to save them, even though like it's the character conflict of I had the power to stop this from happening even in the moment because it has been demonstrated that she can possess Oaken.
Yep.
But she didn't because there was an element of this where it was going the way that she wanted, but wait, hold on. This is too far.
I can't watch a kid die.
I'm not going to do that.
I can't be like those people from the ones that betrayed Homa. Now, this is an interesting kind of juxtaposition here because when Bose shows up in the flashback, he sees basically the result of all this.
Yeah.
And in his rage, he slaughters the whole village.
Yep.
Which is right. He could do that. That that
Oh,
would
yeah.
be easy for him. But it's the terrifying thing of where, not only did he then slaughter them, he then takes this poor, broken, abused girl, takes her to a magician of sorts.
Right.
I'm just assuming
Yes.
based on the hat.
Someone that has some things that they can do.
And they Frankensteined her arms from the corpses of the villagers.
Yep.
And trying to give her some semblance of sanity, if you will.
Right.
And
I'm curious whether
he's been trying to save her ever since, basically.
Right.
Okay.
Now one of the things that both said is that I hurt her when she was trying to recover. Given that it was,
I don't think we saw that.
I don't think we saw that either.
I think that's something that happened in between.
Right. Yeah. I was curious whether he was implying that the thing of taking the bodies and all of that stuff was part of that, but I don't think so. I think that's something that happened since then, in between then and now, and so that's how Miranjo became the person that she is now. And
right. And he basically rejects that idea by saying, like, I'm the one that did this. Because Bebin's like, so that experience made her into this awful person.
And he's like, no, it actually wasn't.
It didn't do anything like that. I did that.
Right. And that is, I love that from the standpoint of Bos, because it then gives a reason for why he would be so, like, single-minded in his drive to help Miranjo, because it's all of the guilt and the, I must set things right, you know?
Yeah, it must be, because he's willfully abstaining from this conflict right now.
And that's one of the things where it's like I both love it, but also I feel like it made it a little bit harder for me to feel like I understood the ways in which Miranjo was being saved, because if it wasn't actually that event that happened, and we don't know what the event was other than just the fact that it involved Bos, I don't know what exactly it is that is being addressed and allowed to heal.
Yeah, I can't predict it either. I feel like we're just still waiting on the true full Bos and Miranjo combined backstory. That's the thing that's being saved for the reward of post this arc of the attack basically happening on this kingdom, which is then going to be now that the attack has been finished, Bos probably is wanting to set up Boji to have this big moment here, but Miranjo wants the kingdom to be gone so that she can go back to basically the way things were with Bos.
Right.
But he's not wanting that, so that's probably why they're at odds right now.
Sure.
Is that at some point one of them or both of them communicated their plans to the other when they reunited, and then it was
and they saw things differently.
Shit. No. Basically just knowing, you're against me.
Sure.
Like, I can't work with you right now.
Right, and it's tough because with the way that Bos talked about it, that would be the kind of thing where I would expect there to be, like, some real animosity between them, not just our interests aren't aligned. You know?
I feel like there could be that, but then it would only really be from Miranjo to Bos, except her motivation is that she wants to spend time with Bos because he was the one true friend and confidant and the just person who
rescued her and
cared for her. So no, there shouldn't be any animosity. Right. If anything, there's maybe a lot of guilt where they each are very focused on themselves being the one that's fucked up. Right. And it's if only you could both let that lay at each other's feet and be like, let's redo this. Let's do this over, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. Like, and I like the emotion that I see there. I just feel like I need more context for it.
Yeah, we definitely need to have more context, because the way this show does things story-wise in terms of its non-linear approach to developing the motivations of the characters is such that they'll basically tell you the 7 jigsaw, puzzle pieces over the course of 15 episodes, and then it's and now taking all those pieces, do they fit into this puzzle picture that we're trying to paint here? And it's I
maybe,
think
I don't
so,
know
maybe
yet.
I don't know. It's
right.
it's hard.
Like,
I see something coming together, but it's
like the bit where Miranjo sees Boji's mom on the other side of the river. I loved that as like a moment, and there are no words exchanged. It's just
that's her burden.
A look. Right, that's her burden.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you know, but I still don't know what caused her to desire to do that specifically.
Well, she's part of the kingdom.
No, sure, but yeah, I guess
That was a thing, I think, specifically where that's one of her greatest probably guilt-ridden things, is that she took someone's mother away
Right.
from them in the same way that her mother was taken away from her, and it weighs on her heavily, but she weighed it against the idea of Bose maybe not being his true self, and maybe that's tied in with the way in which the demon got involved, is that
Sure.
she's also thinking she's rescuing Bose from maybe himself, or
Sure.
even just this
The ranking of
situation that the
kings,
king.
or-
The ranking of kings. Yeah, there's a lot about the ranking of kings as a system that is introduced in the beginning, but hasn't actually been applied into the story yet.
Yep.
Where it's the oh shit, as they keep adding things in with the gods, and they keep adding things in with all the different kings out there. It's the oh shit, maybe being a king really sucks in this world right now. You do not want to be a king, because even if you just are a weak king, so you don't necessarily get elevated to first status where everything becomes wonderful, right? Maybe it's there's some other stuff at play that
I think I might have just figured out what might have been the reason for why Bose needed to die and then come back. So, we saw from the God King being, that it was like, oh, okay, our way of doing things isn't working anymore. We're going to need to come up with some other way to rule humans, probably the ranking of kings. But we also saw that it seemed like he was possessed by a demon of some kind, right? Or some kind of possession was happening.
There was a third eye.
There was
that
a third
opened.
eye, and his eyes went red, which is the symbol that we've had so far of
Did they go red?
I thought they did.
I don't think
Maybe
they
I'm just
did.
remembering from the OP.
Yeah, I think you're remembering from the OP.
Oh right, they
I don't-
changed shape. Right.
Yeah,
so,
that's just a dramatic
Right,
fear
so-
thing to remind us that he's not human.
Right. So it could just be something of like, this is more of his regular form because he's a monster and all that stuff, but he keeps more regular guys, for most of the time.
Right,
But,
but I love the idea that if we take the OP in mind, that yes, all the gods have very clearly red eyes,
right.
which is
Yeah.
Oh.
So if it's something where the way like they set up the ranking of kings and all of the kings maybe in order to keep them under control, they basically put a demon in them so that way they can keep tabs on them or control them if need be, or who knows, something like that. Then that could be why Bose is like, no, I need to die and I need to be brought back and all of this stuff, because that's how I'll actually be free from the demon from the time when I was in the ranking of kings.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. The episode giving us another death fake out was kind of I'm a little weary from it at this point. I understand that this is how the story does drama, but the thing I was curious about is Despa has a little bit of a montage.
Yeah, where it,
And I think that's because he's entering Miranjo's mind here.
Oh, sure.
And this is him basically getting her entire story downloaded to him.
Right.
Maybe because he has just enough magic or just enough kind of mental awareness to be able to kind of clue into what's going on. But there's a possibility that... Do you think that Boji experienced this too? Because he should have, right? Maybe he just can't process it.
You would think he would, but maybe it could be something where he can't process it, where he's so focused on Kage that he's not thinking about it. And maybe Despa is like, wait a minute, I'm tapped into someone's mind right now. And then he he uses, he intentionally uses that connection to sort of get a sense for what's going on.
I know, but linearly, he didn't realize he was in a mind yet. All he knew is he was getting these images. He realizes that he's in someone's mind later, when he realizes that they're in a glass cage of sorts and they can't interact with this world.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I feel like this is something that's going to be brought up later when it's wait, guys, I have lots of info here. But the idea that Despa, who's one of my favorite characters in the show by far, he has so much personality, but also he's not only just a good person, he feels like someone who's rife with the kind of contradictions that kind of fit his character more than most.
Yeah.
A lot of the other characters' contradictions are kind of one note, where I still like them, but his are like, oh wait, I am anyway. I could do a whole thing on him, but this idea that he figures out quickly, kind of for our sake, really,
like,
what's going on here.
Yeah.
Because Boji can't tell us.
Right.
And then all this being something that's tied on with the amount of Miranjo backstory we're getting. What do you think is being set up here?
I think what's being set up in this bit right here,
right,
apart from any mechanics of how it's happening or what it's going to mean for Despot as an individual, I think it's something where it's doing more build up to the idea of Miranjo being saved, and yeah, I don't know.
Like her whole life basically flashed through his eyes, basically.
Right, and the tough bit is that I feel like our perspective on Miranjo. No, I don't think. Have we ever gotten a first-person perspective of Miranjo?
No.
It's always just been her interacting with other people,
wait,
right?
No. The one time we did was when she danced with Bos.
Yeah.
That was the one time.
And
I think that was the one time. That might have been a Bos first person.
It might have been, but most of the time we don't actually get that close of a perspective on Miranjo. And so things like the situation with Daida and the whatever that is Miranjo's soul when she was a child or something, like I feel like it's in a similar vein to this, where it's trying to communicate to the audience, this is the situation with Miranjo, we've been building it up, this arc is going to be resolved by Miranjo basically making a character decision. So in order for that character decision to have weight, you need to understand who the person is, so that way you understand a bit of their struggle. The tough part is that it very much feels like not even like exposition type insight. It's just sort of like, yeah, we get her story, but we don't. I know her story, but I still feel like I don't know her. If that makes sense.
Yeah, and I think that's just being saved as the, like I'm saying, the reward for finishing this arc, basically.
Yeah.
But when she was done in the in-between world, her doll glows, shatters, and becomes her. This is very clearly her.
Yes.
And she touches her face and stuff because this is a physical reality that they're in. Meaning that this is actually, Daida, and this is also actually Miranjo.
Right.
And she's kind of shocked by this, of like, wait, how did this happen? So did Miranjo also maybe save herself a little bit here, where it's she just resolved something. She just broke maybe some kind of curse over her. She did something very good. Just something like that. So maybe there was something where she was trying to undo something that had been done on her, and now she's been incarnated again in an actual form.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know what the exact mechanical, like, magical ramifications of this are, but from a narrative standpoint, this feels like the kind of thing where it would be the go-to, like, true love, fix, like Disney ending transformation, the transformation of the internals of the person that causes the external transformation. And yet, like this feels like it would, this scene with Daida feels like it would actually be kind of like the climax of her story. And yet I feel like we still haven't met her yet.
So maybe that's it, is that she and Bos were both tied to the demon and needed to die and be brought back, and this is her being brought back. This is
sure.
This is it. She's done it. How? We'll get into that probably later. But that was a sweet moment. But yeah, I love the different expressions of the two moms as well, of just the grim, like, you better make my your mistake, you're killing me worth it. You owe me. And then the other one, her mother, just being like, my baby, my daughter, I miss you. Are you okay? I love you. And then she's got the stern, determined look of, okay, I know what I have to do,
Right.
But, yeah, Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I love the idea that she can use her magic through a puppet. She like it's not necessarily something that's based in like the power of the body or anything. Like she takes over the thief person or whatever, and then there you go.
Yeah. Okay, so now the fight. The fight is visually really cool.
Yes.
It's a spectacle. It's one where we get to see an actual 4-on-1 in
Eventually.
eventually, but also just in general having any kind of a team up in a fight like this where, you know, you have weapons that are medieval, so it's actually very tricky to do a perfectly timed, you know, kind of team fight like this.
Totally.
And yet we still have Oaken's just bullshit OP-ness just absolutely ruining them because of his little flick telekinesis paralyzing thing here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, did Appius just shrug it off like it was nothing, or did he get hit and kind of block it a bit with his spear here? So,
I thought it was Dorsch.
no, Appius is the one that gets up and is like, "We're the big four." And then they just all get back up and they have like an Avengers moment.
No, yeah, there was that moment, and then there's the bit at the beginning when they fought him before this, where like he shoots it at Dorsch and Dorsch either blocks it or just takes it and doesn't care.
I think with Dorsch, he hit his shoulder or his arm, so it wasn't like something that would actually paralyze him. I got the vibe that he kind of did this, and
right? Sort of glancing blow, kind of.
Yeah. But it starts to get a little bit fuzzy when it's now we just shrug it off.
Yeah, there were a lot of things in this fight sequence basically that didn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Okay, he's immortal. He has this paralyzing thing. Letting Domas get hit with it. Sure, just to make sure that you can see it work so you know how to potentially avoid it. Okay, that still feels a little bit odd, but whatever. But then they know he's immortal. They keep fighting him one-on-one. They end up...
Not all the time.
Well, at the end, they end up fighting him 4-on-1, but then it's like, but then it doesn't work. We all get beaten, but then we get paralyzed, but then the paralyzing doesn't mean anything because we shrug it off. Like, it's
at this point here, once Dorsch is sitting on him here... He doesn't have his blade. He's beating the shit out of him.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think there's any reason for them to come in and... Because he's immortal. They're not going to do anything more.
Well, yeah, no. If anything with that, it just seemed kind of odd that, like, Dorsch is like, I'm gonna punch him in the face. But, you know, it's something where he
starts choking him out here really casually. Like,
no, right.
He's like, okay, now where do we go from here?
Where do we go from here?
I'm gonna knock him unconscious. Like,
sure, yeah. Just keep him held here so that he can't really do anything.
Right.
Like,
I understand they have some inconsistencies with the way they fight, but I feel like that's the 4-on-1 kind of thing, and there could also be some technical limitations. More of a problem with is that his powers, Oaken's paralyzing thing, doesn't work at times, and then does work, and then doesn't work, and then he gets stronger because he's pushed into a corner, and that's a thing where he flashes back to seeing him kind of have this thing there, but there's this...
Yeah, him being trained and everything. I like the idea of that, and like...
And yeah, I just didn't like the way it was presented.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
In concept, hey, that could be really cool. This guy's immortal. He's almost never under threat.
Right. You could...
Right? Like even if he's in a regular fight, that doesn't mean anything, right?
Yeah.
But if it's the threat of, oh no, I'm going to be locked away again. Oh fuck, I'm not doing that. There is no way that's happening. And then sure, he hulks out or something. But like, it really went from seeming like, oh yeah, Dorsch has got him because he's got a thick, he's a thick boy and he just sits on him, and it doesn't matter if you're a great swordsman. I'm heavier than you, and
I disarm you.
Right, exactly.
That was honestly, in combination with the 4-on-1 and leading to that, that's my favorite part of the fight. It's the part after that where he then, what I think they're trying to explain here. I like it if it's this, because it's I kind of like have this theory that this is how being immortal would actually be. If it's a strong regenerative thing, not a you're blessed with a gift that makes you unable to die kind of immortal, but it's no, your body is constantly healing itself, means that you would have unlimited stamina.
Right.
You would be constantly hitting your peak energy, and yet if you found a way to get stronger, you would recover immediately, and you would get stronger quickly. Meaning, like,
it feels like this is the situation of like the mom that lifts the car off the child.
It's freak adrenaline,
right? It's freak adrenaline where you are actually damaging your body at this point, but because he's immortal, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
but I feel like that wasn't
communicated.
It wasn't communicated very well.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
I think it could have been done better. I think the flashback to Despa is not needed. It's one that maybe is cool because they're trying to set up something with Despa and Oaken later so that Oaken can be saved.
Sure.
I would very much like that.
Yeah.
But the fight basically was bookended by these kind of awkward scenes, like you're saying, and I really hope the fight resolves itself in a much more satisfying way than the beginning and the end of this part of the fight was, because the middle was really cool. It was a very fun spectacle. Again, I'm not understanding as much as to why one side should win over the other, other than just the action economy of there being 4 of them, and they should eventually just disarm him, and then it's you can't regenerate the space in between the blade and your arm, and then one of them just takes the sword and yeet, and just sends it. But no, they don't do that.
Well, and this is the other thing that I kind of had an issue with, where I wasn't primed well for this fight. So why is Oaken here? Miranjo let him out.
Yeah.
Okay, she needed someone to do her thing. Cool. Then she realizes Oaken's doing some things that I'm not okay with. Maybe she still wants to take the kingdom down or whatever, but she ended up realizing he did a thing. He almost killed like a child. You know, I'm going to save them.
Right. Why didn't she just possess him again?
Why doesn't like I understand at that it's rough, but I understand at that point that until that happened, she couldn't all of a sudden she didn't think about it, and then she's seeing it and she's like, oh God, I can't let this happen, right?
Right.
But after that, and if this is going to be resolved by her just possessing Oaken, and because they weren't able to hold him down and chain him up or something,
it's why didn't you
do that sooner? This kind of just everything after Dorsch feels kind of like a waste of time, even though I love the idea of seeing the big 4 all teaming up and being like, we're badasses,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Which is the unwieldy aspect of having a cast of characters all with powers and stuff that you kind of have to make sure anytime you're writing one of these stories that you just sit for a second and be like, would this plot conflict be solved by any one of these characters involved here, just using their powers in a way that is very easy to think about? It's yes, actually there is. And it's the,
why don't we do that?
Why don't we do that? Well, I forgot, I forgot.
You know what it actually kind of felt like? It felt like one of those ensemble cast shows where you need to have all of the characters say a thing so that you remember they're there and it's in line with their shtick. But in this case, it's actually action. So you have to have them have their moment, even though it's, in the grand scheme of things, going to be useless.
Except it wasn't. That's the thing. I very much like that at the end, it feels to me like they're going to beat Oaken here.
Okay.
To me. The thing that they all shrugged off the paralysis because Alpius spoke something, which I have no idea why he should be able to move. But again, it's the idea that if you have abilities like this in a soft magic system, you have to be very clear about what it can't do. Therefore, we can then, as the audience, get excited about the stakes of something. And even if we're in a story where there are no named character deaths for the present cast, people died in the past, but here we just have death fake outs. It's something where you gotta make it really believable. Now, I personally like the beginning more than you do, I would say, with the Domas kind of situation. But it was still lesser than the middle, but the ending, I am very much in the we're just kind of saying fuck it to the rules and everything.
Right.
That's
This show in general is very, very good at, despite saying, telling us very clearly, none of the characters are going to die, making it scary. The situation with Kage, holy shit, right?
Yeah.
But, I don't feel it as much with this.
Yeah. But all right, let's see what the next episode brings. But y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
We stream every weekday. The info's in the description.
Yes, if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
next time.